can see in the background. The long path is distinguished by the aqua blazes. You can see as they follow up the pathway. Bridge in the background. This distinguishes a turn in the trail, so the one on top is to the left. It determines you go to the left. Okay, here we are, beginning of the actual woods part of the long path. So you can see up there, sign for the long path. And we're going to get started. Here's a good view of the George Washington Bridge from the long path along the cliffs of the Palisades. It's a little quieter than it was before. We're now a little ways into the woods. Down there is the Englewood Boat Basin. And all the way up there, which is not in sight yet, will be the Tappan Zee Bridge eventually. So we'll continue on. This is what I believe is Greenbrook Sanctuary. It's like a private kind of members only thing, but I know that you can see here that the trail splits like so. See, the trail splits to the left, which would be that way, right along the edge of the highway. And I think this fence probably got knocked down either by weather or maybe a tree falling or something. It looks like a remnants of a tree over here, so probably got knocked down. But anyway, we're going this way, so no shortcuts here. Now that I think about it, I actually stand corrected. I think that the remnants of that fence that I was showing you was part of maybe the college. So I know there's the St. Peter's College down here. Let me just make sure we're going straight here. Okay. A lot of road walking as well involved with this. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's part of a park, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Let's see, it's a park. Some kind of a park area. We're just a little ways north now of the little gas station down before you get to the bridge, so we're still just starting out here. So we got plenty of more distance to cover. So stick around. Okay, as you can see, I was wrong about Greenbrook Sanctuary. It's going to be 2.7 miles that way. And yeah, recently I did the Hewler's Landing Trail and the Closer Dock Trail, so I kind of have an idea of where those are. And park headquarters, I definitely know where they are, because I had to park there for the start of one of my other hikes the other day. So park headquarters is 2.7 miles, which isn't horrible, I guess. We're getting there. Okay, we've reached some kind of a lookout point here. I'm going to go check and see where we are along the pathway here. This is nice. This is cool. Alright. I guess we're not supposed to go beyond these because it's not safe, but check this view out. You can't see the Tappan Zee Bridge yet, but we're getting there. Out there is the city of Yonkers. And as we go down to the Bronx, and this is the Inwood section of Manhattan, northern Manhattan. Anyway, that's our lookout point that we've reached so far, and we're going to press on. Okay, we're at the Rockefeller Lookout area. You can see we're right along the Parkway and Route 9W, and just beyond that where that big building is. So we're going to continue on here, and we're coming up to a trail indicator. So let's see where we are. Okay. The Hewler's Landing Trail, as you can see, 2.4 miles from here. Closer to Dock Trail, 4.0 miles, and park headquarters is 4.5 miles. So we are going to be heading north 4.5 miles, and then continuing on to our destination at the State Line Lookout. The New York-New Jersey Trail Conference, I would assume, puts these small bridges here, as part of their trail maintenance for hikers. Just easier to cross these types of, these streams, these runoff areas, so no one has to cross over any type of wet rocks. Okay, let's bear up the trail for a minute here. Take a look at what we got. Oh, this is a nice spot right here. Wow. Look at this. Alright. Got some people pulling boats down there. That's the city of Yonkers. We're getting a lot closer to that. Step up here. Look how far down that is. Moving. Still can't see the Tappan Zee Bridge just yet, but I know we're getting closer, so that's a good thing. I think over there is Mount St. Michael College out in the distance. I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying to see if there's any other landmarks I recognize. But anyway, we're heading north, so keep on moving here. We're going to continue northbound on the long path and onto the State Line Lookout. And depending on our time constraints and what time I hit the State Line Lookout, I might continue on further. The only dilemma then has been, how do I get back to my car? But there's always a way. The little animal just scared the shit out of me. Anyway, we'll continue north, so... Alright. This looks like an entrance off Route 9W or something. And then this is, as you can see, the Greenbrook Sanctuary. So. We've traveled 5.1 miles from our starting point. And we've already passed the Rockefeller Lookout and the Dyckman Hill Trail. And we're going to re-enter the woods here now. Continuing on the long path. As you can see, is indicated right there, the long path. So, continue on. Okay, I see a break in the trail coming up here, and I believe this is going to be the turnoff for the Hewler's Landing Trail, which will take you down to that small rock jetty that we saw earlier from the top of the cliff. The Hewler's Landing Trail is indicated by the red blazes, so you can see right there, and the long path, like I said, the aqua blazes, will continue straight on. Hewler's Landing Trail blazes and a sign. It's 0.6 of a mile to go down to the Hudson River Shore Trail, and it's a 440-foot descent. And the long path indicators, park headquarters is 2.1 miles. We came from Greenbrook Sanctuary, and the Dyckman Hill Trail is 3.5 miles to the south of us. So we are going to continue straight on the long path, 2.1 miles to our next little checkpoint, which is the Alpine State headquarters. That's the park headquarters. So we'll continue on. This right here is one of the coolest lookouts to hang out by. It's an old stone like pillar. I'm sure you can't hear me because of the wind, but yeah, there we go. You can see we're very high. The city of Yonkers out there. And if we look this way, the George Washington Bridge is now completely out of sight. The Tappan Zee Bridge is just about coming into sight. Actually, right over there, you see those cars as the Alpine Lookout. And we're going to continue on northbound until we get to the State Line Lookout. That's pretty cool. Okay, we're now at the Alpine Lookout area, which is where I just was. You see the cars parked. Didn't feel like videotaping. I was eating my Jack Woods beef jerky. So we're back to the entrance to the long path, and there's an indicator here now. We are now 1.6 miles from the park headquarters, which is kind of where we're going. Gonna go past there. Still got to go north of park headquarters, but we're gonna continue on. Okay, right here is the ruins of the Cliffdale. It was like an old mansion or house or something that was built back in like the early 1900s. You can see, the stone steps still here. Garage structure, everything. And I guess it's what remains of what used to be this house. Okay, here we are on the Alpine Approach Road, and we're approaching park headquarters, which is just beyond that building in front of us there now. You can see this is a long road. It's frequented with a lot of bike traffic. So we're almost we're getting there. Okay, we're at the state building, Parkway headquarters, and we're going to start re-entering the trail again here. Okay, here we go. State Line Lookout is 2.8 miles from here. So, and the Women's Federation Monument is going to be kind of cool to see. And if we're feeling lucky, we might even go to Route 9W in Lamont. So, back onto the long path, right here, and here we go. 2.8 miles to the State Line Lookout. Okay, here we are. Just climbed up these big stair things. It wasn't fun. Down there you got, looks like an old boat basin. See how high we are. Whew. That was not fun, but we're here, and we got about a half mile to go until we get to the State Line Lookout. So I'm gonna get off this very high rock that I'm standing on, and we are gonna move on to the State Line Lookout as soon as I catch my breath.
When I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line, I'm in a New York state of mind.